All right, so today we're going to talk about the AIM. Every one of the treatment rooms have this up in their room. This defines the parts of the AIM, including the present moment. So staying in the present moment using your five senses. The values, so what's important to you. The patients will learn how to identify what is important to them and what is a value. So then they can keep working for what matters, that committed action. So short-term and long-term goal setting. Self is context. You are more than your thoughts and your behaviors. So diffusion will help with this. So you're not your thoughts, kind of separating your thoughts from yourself and noticing them. And self is context is more living in line with how you want to live. And it challenges some of those beliefs that we have, especially when we have poor self-esteem. Diffusion will help do this by separating those thoughts and the emotions. Acceptance, learn to live with the good and the bad. So a form of radical acceptance is accepting it is what it is. With acceptance and commitment therapy, it's accepting the moment for what it is. So all of these kind of work together to make that psychological flexibility. So in their binders, they have the integrity program checklist. This is going to help make sure that we are keeping in line with each of the patients because each of them are going to be different. Uh, I have it on an Excel spreadsheet to keep all the data over time. What's important here is that the points are posted in the room in progress because I have to find a place to put it. We have the menu, the Hexaflex, which you just saw, lessons posted, and values and actions posted. So if they want to tape them up on the wall, if they want to show them off, let them go ahead and put those on the walls. The values and actions are going to be important to keep around their Hexaflex. So it might be something that we tape to their actual Hexaflex, depending on how wild it gets. We'll have to see. So here we have the store. All of theirs are on big sheets, so then they can read them. So it's broken down into low, medium, or high costs. All these are going to be used to reinforce motivation for the program. If you find out that they want other items on here, go ahead and write them in where you think they fit. So if someone wants to go magnet fishing, it's probably, or magnet fishing, metal detecting, it's probably not going to be under low. It's going to be a high priced item. And go ahead and write them on there, and then I can initial and put what I deem the points should be if they're not already on there. So this is in every room. They will also have a schedule up for their own. So this will kind of dictate how their day goes. Each of the patients have different ones. This is pretty fluid right now. We're kind of just trialing out and starting the AIM, so I didn't want to put too much in there at one time. So, and you might find out this cash out needs to be in a different place to push motivation to get through the module, and then the cash out might turn here. So some of those are trial and error too. How many cash outs we need through a day. These are based on their age and their motivation and their behavior levels. So we have the phrases to go. This is going to help us have a script for and a dialogue with the patients on going through the AIM. So are they keeping in line with the acceptance, diffusion, self as context, values, etc.? So this is a moment to give positive reinforcement. And we can say accepting that you had to do work now was awesome. I know it's hard to do sometimes. And on the flip side, maybe they weren't able to stay in accepting that they were doing a mindful moment. And you could say, I know you really wanted to go to the playground, accepting we have to do work as part of the day. And then you can even back it up by saying, let's get some more points here so we can get our shorter long-term goals. So these will also be available in the shared drive. So then if you want to keep one on your person. Then we have the points calculator. I'll make a separate video just about that one. The ABC log is a little different. So now we have checks here, so then we can put on there more quickly what is happening. The difference with this, it comes with acceptance and commitment record log. So if they complete this about the behavior up in here, that's worth 25 points. And it kind of walks you through it. So if they weren't following directions and staying in the present moment, that would be checked there. And then you can kind of communicate that. Let's get back in the present moment. Or if it's okay, it didn't work out, we need to accept things even if stuff we don't like. And then how did you treat that? Did you set them back in the present moment by talking about what's in the room? Did you help them step back from the current verbalizations? Maybe they were stuck on semantics or a person being in the room, and you can remind them. So that's a little different than what's before that we had. So we'll also have a table that kind of gives an outline of points earned or those that are challenging. So then you can see where those are at. So 10 points are for more than one occurrence. So if there's been one occurrence, that's either no points given, and then we give a reminder. If it continues after the reminder, that's when points get lost. So one reminder is all you need per session. We're not saying holding on to this for the entire day. So if someone's there from 8 to 4 and they had a refusal at 10 o'clock, we're not going to hold that throughout the whole day. It's only per hour session that we're looking at these. And those may change over time too. But this is what is on there currently. So these are the behaviors we're kind of looking for. Let's see. I want to go over the parts of the calculator. So the calculator is outlined with their name, the date, your name. This is the point range. This comes directly from the menu. So you can put, 50 to 99 here, 100 to 200, whatever it was, 249, I think it was, 250 and up here. Then they can put in the items that they're kind of working for. Like, where are they working for? Helping them set those goals. Expectations, those are those target behaviors of following directions, being a positive participant, keeping our hands and feet to ourselves, using the bathroom. These are for the more challenging behaviors. So if we're looking at someone who elopes or wants to avoid, we're going to look at and write those in there. So obviously each patient will be a little different. Now setting this up, and there are longer ones, but we're starting with the short version right now before I complicate things even more. So I just wrote out the schedule. So if we're starting with the meditation, and then we go to an ACT module, we go to a peak, peer interaction, I'm just writing them in. If we do more than one meditation, I'm just tallying in it. And you can tally right next to the points earned too. So let's say we did morning meditation, there was a refusal. They didn't want to participate in it. Even though we used the script and they didn't want to participate, it's kind of like the peak where it drops down. So with one reminder, it would drop down to 5. With absolute refusal, it'd be 0. And then we'd write in here refusal. Now let's say they did participate and they did it really well. So then they would get 10 points. And then you could tally up or bottom, wherever you'd like, to keep track of where they were. So if they did 3 meditations, they could earn 30 points for that time. Each of the peaks too, right now we only got 1 or 2 peaks running, but you can tally next to it. You did peak 1 and they participated, no difficulties, so we're going to put a 1 there. They did the second peak and struggled a little bit with participation, you can put a 2 down there. Under the points lost. And then we're going to add them up. So with how many other activities you had here is the points possible. So if we had 3 meditations, 2 peaks in there, that's already 50. Peer interaction, that's 60. Mindful moments, that's 70. And maybe here we put bathroom or something. So there's 80 possible. So then we're adding them up. How many points did they earn? So earn points, subtracting what was deducted, we got a total. And then they get to decide during cash out times only if they want to make a purchase. And then where in the tier did that purchase come from? And then where in the segment did it happen? And then they can do a reflection on their session here. This is worth 25 points. Here is what they ended up in after the purchase. So if they had 100 points and they purchased something that was 50 points, they're going to have 50 left over to put here. And this is going to carry over into the next session. The next video will go over more about the mindful moments and the ACT modules.